All the different environmental groups in the area are very concerned about this massive development, which is like going to be a city.
Here we are at Old Boggangar Road in the Tweed Coast. What we've got going on is a huge development for a mini-city for 4,500 lots, and we're at the first stage of the development. It's had its concept plan approval for the basic layout, but now we're getting down to the more detailed planning stages.
The impacts indeed are nominal. The development is taking place in land which has been used for agricultural purposes for over 100 years. All of the land in which there are environmental values, and especially koala values, is in an environmental protection zone. About 180 hectares of that is going to be added to the Cudgeon Nature Reserve so that it is protected forever under public ownership.
It's a massive development, very, very large and very complex, and a lot of issues about sustainability, environment, rates, impact on rates, and flooding and filling, and it just goes on and on. Economic development, there's 1,001 questions really about this development.
Kings Forest koala population represents approximately half of the 144 koalas that we have on the Tweed Coast.
The last stand for the koalas.
It's one of the highest biodiverse areas of the whole of Australia. We've got the most number of vertebrate species of anywhere in Australia. So we also actually have the highest number of threatened species as well, so that's a bit of a dilemma.
It's called King's Forest. I know it's a great name, you all think it's a forest, but there's no forest. That's just a name.
What the forest was the pine trees, and they're all gone now.
Yeah.
They don't eat the pine, but it does give them some living room and corridors to connect with other trees that they do eat.
But there's been some cleared illegally too, hasn't there? Like around the buffer zones and sections. There has been.
No comment.
It's development, it's jobs, it's a growth for the community. What else do you want? What do you want? This is where this area is going, it's getting bigger.
We're talking about cities the size of Murwillumbah. It took 150 years to grow organically, and they're going to spring it up just on us. Now what's that going to do to the traffic, to the schools, to all the infrastructure, not to even mention the water and that sort of thing?
Well, the number of jobs that are expected to be brought here has been the subject of a detailed study by what was then the Tweed Economic Development Corporation, and I think they said that directly this project would create something like 6,000 jobs in its construction. Of course, those jobs are not ongoing, but the construction phase of Kings Forest will be some 20 years. Then, of course, there's the knock-on effect of all the materials and household goods that are required for new housing. That supports retail, that supports the trades, that supports employment as well.
I worked in the construction industry and in Casuarina and Salt, and most of the jobs go over the border. They don't go to locals. I can tell you that now.
If you get another 30,000 people, sure, you get some jobs initially in the construction phase, but that's short term. Then you get 30,000 people who also have to make a living. Now, what jobs are there for them? Do you propose then another 90,000 to employ those people? And then eventually, I suppose, the whole place is concreted over. That's the ultimate of this endless growth cycle.
We do have a new government now, and with the New South Wales Liberal government, and we sincerely hope that they don't follow the same path and that they try to remediate some of the previous Labor government's approvals. Then we can ask for the government to fix up the fundamental flaws that were approved in the concept plan. That's a main priority.